Hello, everybody. My name is John, and I'm telling you guys this camping story because, well, it was pretty traumatic. I had arrived at my campsite, set up camp. It was a beautiful day, and it was setting up to be a pretty nice evening. After I got all my gear stowed away and got my tent set up, I decided to build a fire. Brought a little whiskey with me, nothing like a little drink by the campfire. Brought a cigar. I thought everything was great. Such a beautiful location, right on the water. What's better, right? Being at the campfire, at the campsite, out there by yourself, just me and my thoughts. It had been a stressful week. Well, make that a stressful month. I just had moved and went through a breakup with my girlfriend, ex-girlfriend rather. So I needed to get away, just me, myself, and I, and be in my thoughts. I've always loved nature, and I always thought nature loved me. Such a beautiful location, and I'm actually surprised that people don't camp here more often. I found this place online, and I guess I was looking for a place that people seldom came to because, well, I didn't want to be by myself. I guess I'm best alone. I am a loner. I've been a loner all my life. And I've never felt unease coming out camping by myself. Well, that is until this last camping trip. I'm generally not a superstitious person. I'm generally not afraid of anything, but on that particular night, as I sat by my campfire, admiring nature's beauty, I began to get the feeling that I wasn't by myself. The hairs on the back of my neck stood up. At first I thought I was just being silly, but being the alpha male that I am, I decided to turn on my high beam flashlight and just do a little exploring, walking around my site or my area just to make sure just wasn't an animal or something. Now, this is where it gets really creepy. You know that feeling you get like you're being watched? You don't see anyone or anything, but you just know you're being watched. After this feeling, this was the first time that I realized how creepy and intimidating the wilderness can really be. I don't know what else to say except maybe it was my imagination, but I heard something. I heard something that sounded kind of like an animal. I thought it may have been a bear or a mountain lion, but this sounded different. And as I walked through the woods, searching and looking, the feeling of dread became more ominous. The feeling that I should get out of there. Now, some of you may say, well, why don't you just leave? Get away from there. But the truth is, I was letting my curiosity and my male ego override my common sense. Don't get me wrong. I was getting scared and thinking about just hightailing back to my campsite. But then I thought to myself, if someone's out here monkeying around with me or playing a trick on me, I need to confront them. How would I stay out here all night and continue to enjoy my camping trip if I didn't? And then it was at that moment that I heard this sound. The sound of something. I'm no animal expert, but it didn't sound like any wolf or bear I've ever heard of. Yeah, so after hearing that noise, I decided that maybe it would be a good idea to hightail it back to my campsite. After all, the whole thing about fire, safety, all that good stuff. Safer than some dummy walking around in the dark with a damn flashlight. No. Okay, I make it back to camp. My heart is racing, right? I just ran God knows how far. I didn't go very far, but it felt like 1,000 miles. I get back to the safety of my campsite. I build my campfire back up. After a few minutes, I calm down. And I go to thinking, well, hell, what else could it be but an animal? What I heard, some kind of animal. That's all it could be. Never had a problem out here before. So I take a drink. Then I take another one, and soon my nerves calm down. And I decide, well, you know what? I'm just gonna chill out, go to sleep, secure up in my tent, build my logs up, make sure my fire burns good and long. It'll be all right. Or so I thought. At some point, after the 2 cups of whiskey and the roasted hot dogs, and me calming down, I fell asleep in my tent, all zipped up and secure. Now it's 3:33 a.m. I liked the crickets until I didn't hear them anymore. But what I heard next still terrifies me to this day. What I heard next was impossible. As I lay there and my brain tries to comprehend why in the hell the crickets stopped, I hear this voice and it says my name. Wake up. Wake up, Johnny. Wake up, Johnny boy. Now, I don't have to tell you after hearing that in the middle of the deep woods that my butt cheeks tighten up tighter than a snare drum. I stopped breathing. I froze. My whole world just stopped. Here I am like an idiot, deep off in the damn woods. No gun, just a Bowie knife. Maybe that might be enough, but no satellite phone, just my cell phone, just my camping gear. Out in the deep woods. Never had this problem before. Never had this happen before. Maybe this is the reason why this campsite is seldom used. Maybe I should have done more research. But that didn't matter at that moment. I was frightened out of my mind. I didn't know what to do. So I figured maybe it was just somebody screwing around. So I decided to yell back, Hey you, whoever you are. I'm armed and dangerous. Get the hell away from my campsite. Quit screwing around with me, man. I'm not playing with you. The reply that I received froze me like a block of ice. You only have a knife, John. Now I'm into my fight or flight reflex. I knew I couldn't stay there, and I was terrified at what I might see should I come out the tent. But I had to do something. Scared or not, I had to make a move. I decided then and there that if I had to, I'd leave every damn thing there and make a beeline for my truck. I always had excellent navigation skills, especially at night, and my truck wasn't all that far away. Just a quick run down the path, and I'd be to my truck. So I gathered my courage. I pulled the zipper down on the tent, and I burst out into the night, and I see nothing at first, but it's still dead silent, dead quiet. And I call out foolishly, "Hey, you, whoever you are, you're right, I got a knife, and I'll stab the hell out of you. Show yourself." That is a foolish thing I said, and I wish to this day I hadn't said it. As my eyes adjusted to the dark, I caught movement, and I picked up my lantern, and I cut it on, and I turned in the direction that I saw the movement out the corner of my eye. I don't know what or who or what the hell that was, but I've never seen anything like it before or since. Its eyes were these big milky white orbs. They just seemed to look through you. It had a grotesque face, its teeth exposed. It looked like it used to be a person, but it's far from that now. It was milky, pale skin. It looked like its skin was stretched over its face. It was hideous and frightening. And that was it for me. I grabbed my lantern and I screamed and I ran. I ran as fast as I could. Faster and faster. This thing let out a hideous roar as it yelled after me. As it yelled and screamed my name. "Get back here, John. Get back here, John." After running for what seemed like 1,000 miles, I made it back to my truck, and I quickly opened the door, jumped in, fired that thing up, and hauled ass and got out of there, never to look back ever again. This happened to me a few years ago, and I've never been back camping, and I'll never go back in the woods ever again. Never. If you do go camping by yourself, don't. Take someone with you, take a gun, something, or just please stay out of the woods.